Ready for some pillow talk? Hi, I'm Jager with Adventure Allen & Co. I've been furiously testing backpacking pillows, about 30 of them, and this is the official State of the Backpacking Pillow address. There are 4 main types of backpacking pillows, and the first and most common type is inflatables. The second type is stuff sacks. Third type is lofted pillows, most commonly with some type of foam. The fourth, final, and by far the best type is hybrids, which combines an inflatable with either stuffing or self-lofting for a best of all worlds. In this video, we'll discuss what makes a great pillow, and I'll show you all 3 of my favorites. So grab a pillow, get comfy, and let's dive in. So just to quickly contextualize, I did weigh and rest my head on and measure the minimum and maximum height of every pillow featured in this video, as well as a number of others you aren't seeing. 5 things make a backpacking pillow great, and the first is lightweight. Gotta carry it, and we think the bar is like 2 to 4 ounces, gets you a really good pillow. Next is compact. So inflatables fully deflate. Stuff sacks are like space like neutral because you're going to carry stuff sacks anyway. And then hybrids like this pillow strap are just a pillowcase that folds down to nothing and an inflatable that collapses. So these check those boxes and demonstrate that. Next is that it is adequately thick. So the sea to summit is really good. But this is where stuff sacks fall flat because like they aren't as thick and they kind of like under pressure collapse and don't give you enough thickness. And then of course hybrids are very adequately thick, customizably thick even, which is really nice. And then we also have adequate give. So the thing that inflatables lack is that there isn't enough give, and it kind of like pressures your ear, which can be uncomfortable, and doesn't have like a soft sort of surface to sink your head into and absorb pressure. So stuff sacks are really good at this because it's just a puffy jacket in there, so it does have give, which is desirable. And then again, the hybrid style has adequate give because there's room to stuff your puffy jacket, just like with the stuff sack. And then lastly is a system that connects the pillow to the sleeping pad in order to prevent it from like bouncing around in the night. You know, these are all slippery fabrics that are quite mobile, so that really helps you and just prevents frustration and increases user experience. So here we have the 3 best backpacking pillows. On your left is the pillow strap, plus an inflatable and a puffy jacket. In the middle is the Z-Packs Comfy Camp pillow on top of their inflatable pillow. And then on the right, we have the Zen Bivy Ultralight pillow, plus the pillowcase and a puffy jacket stuffed inside. Here's a closer look at the pillow strap. This is the size small in red. So on the top, it's just this like soft, stretchy fabric. And then on the bottom, you see the pillow strap, which connects it to the sleeping pad. In here, I have an inflatable. It doesn't matter which you use. Any one that's under 2 ounces is good. And then you can see I have a puffy jacket stuffed in there. And here's a quick demo on the pillow strap system. So you can see it's this elastic band. Over here there's a buckle and a tightener. On the back it has banding. And then it's just like really stable on here. So unlike, you know, just pure inflatables that sit there and always squeak off, these really stay in place well, never move. So really useful and very user-friendly. Next, we have the Zen Bivy Ultralight pillow, which is comprised of this exterior pillowcase. I have a puffy jacket stuffed in it, and then there's a TPU air bladder down here. A look at the inside of the Zen Bivy Ultralight, where you can see the defenseless TPU air bladder. It has no shell and is not very durable, but it is very light and isn't going to damage itself unless you jab it with a fingernail or something sharp. You can see it doesn't fit in here. It's like not quite big enough, so you do have to deflate this, put it in, and then inflate it. Another thing here is I had to add my own shock cord. This isn't native to the system, but it is a really good, really comfy, really tall and big pillow with great neck support. So I do recommend this model. It just has a few imperfections. So this is the Z-Packs Comfy Camp Pillow attached on top of the Z-Packs inflatable pillow. This system weighs about 4 ounces, and it has an exterior face of the Octa fleece fabric with 6 folded over layers of synthetic batting, and then that's strapped to this inflatable. And then, as you can see, the back side has these like connector straps that are connecting the top to the inflatable, and then this shock cord wraps around the sleeping pad. So this one really does it all. It's like for sure one of the comfiest. This topper's a little bulky, so that's kind of a bummer. But it is like arguably comfier than either the pillow strap or the Zen Bivy setup by a small but noticeable margin. Another really great one, but none are perfect. Now let's talk about what and what not to look for in an inflatable, and which you should choose to put in your hybrid system. So what to avoid are ones that are way too big. This is the Big Agnes Campmeister, and it's just like you don't need that much length and width horizontally, and it only has like an average amount of thickness. Let's see, weird like aggressive divots make side sleeping really uncomfortable. Soft surfaces that like this sort of like soft fleecy fabric is nice in theory, but since you're going to be putting it in a hybrid system, which will be the exterior face anyway, this is just like wasted excess weight and material. You can get like ones that are like pretty thick and like nice and bulky, but they require like excess hybrid, like a larger size pillow strap pillowcase. They don't fit in everything, and then that like extra width disperses your puffy a lot, and then so you don't get as much plushness and give in your hybrid system if you're using a big one as a base. These two here are like two of my favorites because they only weigh 1.5 ounces, and you're just going to put loft over them anyway. This is the Big Agnes Rapide SL, and it has a really nice shoulder notch, which is a very advantageous feature for side sleepers. The Z-Packs, again, both of these weigh only 1.5 ounces, but this one in particular had the highest thickness to weight ratio of all the different models. And so if you're just looking for like the thickest, biggest amount of like neck support for side sleeping, using this as the base of your hybrid system is what I would recommend to most people. This one had some like insulation liner that's like kind of pleasant. The Nemo Philo, it has like a foam topper but is just way too heavy. Any of the Sea to Summit Eros Ultralight or Premium series make a pretty good base for a hybrid system. This is the like size regular. Don't go up to the large or deluxe. This is a small one from Cocoon. Fits well in like hooded spaces, but again suffers from being like excess fleece material on top. The Nemo Philo Elite is a good system for back sleepers, because the problem with this one for side sleepers is that it's too thin. Again, like compare it to the Sea to Summit and you'll see what I mean. This is like way thicker. So you want thinner and less support, about 1 to 2 inches less for a back sleeper than a side sleeper, and less tall pillows are actually better for you. And then you also want ones without a shoulder notch, because having this shoulder notch is for your shoulder, it's not for your neck, and back sleepers don't want a shoulder notch, so get a flat one if you're a back sleeper. A particular one to note is this flex tail as a potential good option for back sleepers. It's a bit too heavy, I'm going to be honest. It'd be hard to do a hybrid system with it because it's so big. But what it does have is this like cervical neck system that is designed to support your neck as you rest over it, putting your head on the lower part. So this exhibits exactly what you would want in a back pillow, except it's a little too big, but really good for back sleepers. Some of them have these like really excessively large like side bumpers that I think it's too much for side sleepers. I don't really like them personally, but I could see it for a back sleeper, also getting that neck support. The Outdoor Vitals also has a good cervical neck support, but has a kind of noticeable shoulder notch, which you don't want if you're a back sleeper. I tested these weird like hospital pillows that weigh half an ounce. That they're kind of interesting. So anyway, that's the state of inflatables. The takeaway is get the lightest ones, get light small ones that can form the core of a hybrid system, and that the Z-Pax is the thickest one and the Big Agnes has the best shoulder notch. If you are a stomach sleeper or a back sleeper and you don't want very much loft and height in your pillow, a stuff sack style could be a pretty good solution for you. And here's two of the most popular ones. On the right, we have the Hyperlight Mountain Gear stuff sack pillow, and on the left, we have the Z-Pax stuff sack pillow. Both are made with DCF fabric and have a zipper closure and invert. On the inside face, they both have, I think it's the same, just like cozy fleece here, where you put your head. So depending on what you want to do with it, I think the HMG is a slightly better shape. It's just a little like wider and not quite as long, which like sort of compresses the amount of your puffy jacket in there, and gives it more sort of interior filling density, whereas this one spreads it out more. But this as a shape and as an object in your kit is a better, like longer, more useful dry bag, whereas the HMG has this sort of like weird mid slot, whereas with the Z-Pax it all just stuffs in the top, like, and so you get, this is just a better dry bag is what I'm saying. So like better pillow, better dry bag, same price. I don't know, just choose based on those factors or which brand you like more, because it's a pretty close call. If you're looking for a lofted pillow, this one on the left is a down pillow, which I strongly don't recommend choosing a just pure down pillow. It's okay because it has this like stuff sack component, like you can reinforce it. But the problem with down is it's like famously compressible and just compresses to nothing. So it's like all of this for just like a 1/4 inch of like puff once my head's on it. This is just a smaller down. This one comes, can be sold with the Zen Bivy, but same, don't get it, I don't recommend it. This is a pure foam one, which like really doesn't like collapse down very well. It's like pretty chunky in your pack. It's comfy, but again, it's just too chunky, so I don't recommend that type. Though my friend made a really good make your own gear pillow. More on that another time. And then we have, again, this really nice Z-Pax comfy camp pillow. And its batting is like 6 layers of synthetic, just like synthetic puffy jacket material, just like stacked up on each other. And then you can see this like octa fleece on the interior. It's like really soft. So this is, I think, the best one. It's the most collapsible. It's the most springy, and the most like plush, and has the most give relative to its size and weight. So wrapping up, here are the 3 pillow test winners. We have the Z-Pax Comfy Camp Pillow, the Zen Bivy Ultralight Pillow, and the Pillow Strap plus any Ultralight Inflatable. These 3 pillows offer the full package of all 5 desirable characteristics a backpacking pillow can have, in that they are lightweight, packable, offer adequate thickness and adequate softness, and can connect to a sleeping pad. So thanks for watching. I'm Jager with Adventure Allen & Co. This has been your daily dose of pillow talk. Drop us a line in the comments with your questions, and I'll be happy to hear from you. Good night.